Cafe, my pet info cafe. Pour yourself a warm cup of coffee or tea and let's chat about our love of animals. I'm your host, Jennifer Eileen, and I am so delighted to introduce our topic today, Four Paws Rescue and Meows Corner Cafe. Please meet our guests, Barbara Lipson, President of Four Paws, and Sharon Laurie, Meows Corner Pet Cafe Liaison and Cat Foster. And please meet our VIPs, our very important pet special guests, which, ladies, will you introduce us? So thank you so much for being here and bringing all these beautiful kitty cats. I met a lot of them at Meows Corner, but tell me about this baby, Sharon.
Well, this young boy is Milo, and he's about 9 months old. He was found in Gainesville hiding under a tree during a thunderstorm crying.
Aww.
And the tree was very close to a townhome, so the gentleman that lived in the townhouse had a cat of his own, but he heard Milo and rescued him from outside and got him vetted, got his vaccines updated, and then thought he could keep him as his own pet after he tried to find the owner and nobody stepped forward as the owner. But his cat didn't really take to Milo too much. She's an older lady and Milo's a younger man, and so his energy was a little too much for her. So he contacted me, and I took Milo for the Cat Cafe.
Okay, great. And you're Sharon. Tell us all about your role and a little bit about the Cat Cafe, and then we're going to talk to Barbara and even.
Well, the Cat Cafe opened in 2019.
Yeah.
It's in Sterling in the Cascades Overlook Shopping Center. Yeah. The Cat Cafe concept actually originated in, I think, Japan. Cats live at the cafe because everybody who has a cat knows that they're most comfortable where they live. So their personalities come out more where they're comfortable. And so the cats all live at the cafe and are cared for by paid staff. It is a business. People will pay a fee based upon the amount of time they want to spend, and they go in and play with the cats.
Yeah.
And if the cat really likes you and wants to sit on your lap and play with your kids, then they'll come running over, or they want treats you have, they'll come running over. But if they say, no, I think I'll pass on this couple, or no, that child is a little too loud for me, then they don't have to interact with the people. So the cats actually have a say in who they want to socialize with, and that really helps them have some input into the adoption process.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you. Well, Barbara, I'd like you to introduce yourself and the little baby in your lap.
My name is Barbara Lipson. I've been with Four Paws for about 20 years. We've adopted out about 13,000 cats in that period, and we take in cats from rural and local shelters, people who find strays, people who don't know what to do with their own pets. Maybe their circumstances have changed and they can't afford to take care of their pets anymore, and we take those cats. We always have a very long waiting list of cats that need a place to go. So we're always looking for foster homes, and we work with Petco. We house our cats, some of our cats in Petco stores where the public can go and interact with them. And then we have a website and all of those things. And this is Ethan.
Oh, hi, Ethan.
He's about 2 years old. He came from a trap neuter release program. For those people, for people who aren't familiar with that, there are a lot of cats that live outside that people don't spay and neuter their cats, and then they get pregnant and they have lots of cats. Cats are like rabbits. So they people call us. We work with a lot of rescuers who trap, neuter, and return. So for cats that aren't friendly enough to be people's pets, they get spayed or neutered, and they get returned outside, and then there's a dedicated person who feeds them. And every once in a while, people will dump their pets there if they can't take care of them anymore. And so when cats are trapped that are friendly, then they contact us and we help them find homes. And that's where Ethan came from. Ethan had a dental procedure last week, and when he was coming out of anesthesia, it didn't go so well, and he got some brain damage. So he's a little impaired. A week ago he couldn't walk, but now he's walking like a champ. He uses his litter box, he eats on his own. Sometimes I can't even find him because he's such a good walker now.
Good.
And he's looking for a home. So, as are all of our cats. But he's a special
He's
case.
very special. He looks
Yeah.
very comfortable and cuddly there. So Four Paws doesn't have a facility.
Correct.
All the cats stay in a home as a foster, or as you said, or in Meows Corner, or in some cases where they can be adopted at the Petco. And where do the cats come from? You mentioned Gainesville, you mentioned another place in the area, and other states? Do they
Other
come from?
states, yeah.
Okay.
Ethan is actually from Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
They contacted us and they transported him up here because there's so many cats that we have we're a rich area, so we have a pretty good adoption situation, and people from more rural and other places in the country will often contact us. We also take some cats from Kuwait. They have what they call the Friday market, where people bring live animals, set them up in cages out in the hot marketplace, and then the cats or the other animals that don't get adopted get thrown out. And so there are rescuers out in Kuwait who have a system where they go into the dumpsters, they pull these animals out, they get them vetted, and then they fly them back to the United States, and we've taken a couple hundred.
Wow, and what are those cats like? I think I've heard that many of them are long-haired, is that right?
A lot of them are purebreds.
Oh.
They don't have papers, but they're breeds that are very desirable. But they also have a lot of medical problems. They've never really had proper care until they were rescued. So they're very expensive for us. We do dentals and a lot of medical procedures, and they are usually sick, and a lot of them have very debilitating diseases. But if we can provide vet care to a cat that's gonna make him be a functioning lifelong companion, then we spend the money. We spent hundreds of thousands of dollars every year on vet procedures.
I have heard of the Kuwait cats coming into this area around Fairfax and Loudon, and so, and I've heard that they're really quite beautiful.
They are.
What
a
breed
lot of
would you
them are Persians and Himalayans and bobtails and all kinds of breeds.
Okay.
Breeds you've never even heard of.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
A lot of British short hairs.
Oh, okay. Any of the Russian blues?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And even like Sphinx, hairless cats.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that is fascinating. And then there's just, beauties like you. What a sweetheart. And what a lucky story, that for Milo, right? That somebody was compassionate to find him. And, that's a good point. What should someone do if they find a lost cat? I mean, I see this on, Nextdoor all the time. What should I do? I found a cat.
First of all, they should look for the owner.
Okay.
So they should check with the shelter and make sure that there's no lost cat report filed. And then they should put up signs. And if they don't find the owner, then they can contact rescue groups in the area. And a lot of times we don't have a place for the cat to go, but if the person who found the cat will house the cat
Yes.
and bring the cat to our adoption fairs, we can
Oh.
post them on our website and we can help
Yes.
find a home that way.
Okay.
And that's the best way to really help, because
Okay.
that reaches a lot of people and can save a lot of
It
cats.
saves a lot of cats. Yeah, that's so often people are. It's a very mobile area, so sometimes people move intentionally or unintentionally. You know, the cats get left behind.
A lot of apartment complexes have bad cat problems because people just leave and they put their cats outside because they don't have anything else to do.
Yeah.
You don't want to take them to the shelter because a lot of times the shelters are overcrowded and then they're just going to be put to sleep.
Wow.
Or they'll adopt, they'll see kittens outside because there's, adult females having cats left and right outside, and their kids want a kitten or their kids want a couple kittens, and so
good.
they'll bring them in, and then they don't get them vetted at all. And then when the kittens are his age and kind of feisty and want to climb up curtains, mom and dad said, that's it, done with the cats, put them back outside.
Oh.
It's really important that people spay and neuter their cats.
Yes, it's
Oh yes.
so
because
important.
even if they say, well, I'm going to find homes for the kittens, that doesn't work because there are kittens in shelters that need homes. And if your cat is having kittens and you're finding homes for your kittens, those kittens at shelters are dying.
Oh, yes, there's so many pets in this area. Well, I'm going to take a little break right now. So stay with us, stay right back. We're going to do a little cat changing out, and we'll be right back with Four Paws and Meows Corners. Welcome back. We did a little bit of a cat switch around. Now I have Ethan. And who do you have, Sharon?
This is Pierre.
Ooh.
His brother Jacques is over there in the cage, but Pierre and Jacques were found in someone's yard in Hedgesville, West Virginia. I get quite a few cats from the cafe from West Virginia, and somebody found these in their front yard and called one of our partner rescues.
Wow.
They were friendly, they were able to be picked up, and so we think someone probably left them outside.
Wow.
Usually kittens this young, if you find them outside, they don't want to pick you up, or they don't want you to pick them up. They're probably from a feral mother, and they're unsocialized with humans. But these guys are friendly. So,
Clearly.
yeah.
Now, are they any relation to Taco, who's in the cat cafe? Because he's got the same markings. He's quite the stud. He's like at the door when you come in.
He's the welcoming committee. There's always one of them at the cafe.
And the other one was Kratos, the tuxedo, and he was a treat monster.
Yep, he got
like-
adopted. He got taken home the other day.
Of course, yes, he was personality plus.
Yep. They both came from our partner rescue in West Virginia. So she and I have worked together for quite a while, and she understands the type of cats that would do well at the cafe.
Okay.
And so if someone asks her to take a cat or two for them, then she'll send them along to me and say, hey, do you need more cats? Would you like to take them for the cafe? And if I say yes, then she'll take them.
Oh,
So
that's great.
yeah.
And I want to ask you about one other cat I met at the cafe a couple weeks ago, Ava, a little bit long-haired, and they said her owner got ill and had to leave her with you.
Yep. A pretty common story, especially in West Virginia, is oftentimes older owners have to be have to be moved into an assisted living facility, or they pass away, or they need more care, and their caregiver happens to be allergic, if it's their adult daughter or adult son, you know, and they need to move to be with them, they can't take their cat. So yeah, Ava, she's a really nice cat.
Yes.
She's
She
very
licked my
calm.
nose.
She licked your nose. Yeah, she's a good cat. But we seem to have a run of gray and white, because
Yeah.
Taco is gray and white,
Right.
short-haired, and then Ava's a gray and white, long-haired. Like these guys are, we call medium-haired. They're not, the fur isn't too long. But yeah.
That is lovely. Well, I'd like to hear about what it's like being a foster. And I've done a little fostering in my time, and some of it was lovely, and some of it had a happy ending, and some did not. But what's it like being? Tell us about what it's like being a foster. What inspired you to do it, and what keeps you doing it?
Well, I started out in, I guess, 2017, fostering. I had adopted some cats from Four Paws, and I was impressed with the respect that they show the animals, and the care in which they vet adopters. And I had my two kids with me. They were in, well, middle school, grade school, middle school, and I was like, you know, why stop at adopting two cats? Let's foster some, you know. And so we started doing that, and then you do have to apply to be a foster. Everything is online. We have software that runs the business of Four Paws.
So what are some of the qualifications to be a foster? Having the room, having ability to take care of them.
Having transportation, you want to be able to get them to the vet.
Okay.
One thing that we need a lot of recently is people who don't have other pets, because we have a lot of cats that don't get along with other cats.
So many, yes.
Yeah.
I have a few of those.
Yeah. So really giving them, in most cases, we're just looking for people that have a single room, but somebody who doesn't have any other pets, the cat could have free roam of the house, and that's a lot more relaxing for them.
Yeah, good point, good point. Well, that's good. So, and then do they have to have, pet ownership experience, or do you teach them that?
We do teach them. We have some mentors.
Okay.
For people who have, if they come up with medical issues or they're not integrating well. Some cats just need to be left alone for a little while.
Yeah.
And one thing I wanted to mention about, for people who find kittens outside, if a kitten is taken inside, even if it's hissing and not social, if it was born to a feral mom, if a kitten is taken inside at less than 12 weeks, they're very socializable. So they just need to be handled a lot, and we can help them, we can mentor them through that process also.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
promising.
and that's a much better life for a cat than being returned outside because they don't want to be around people.
Hey, that's a good story. So what are some of your happiest stories or most interesting stories, heartwarming stories about being a foster?
Go ahead.
Well, I fostered most of the cats for Meows Corner.
Oh,
And we've had over 530
impressive.
adoptions, so
Yeah.
I always have a full house.
Sharon is our super foster.
I'm a super foster.
Super foster. He says S on her shirt.
But there are a few that, I love every one of these cats that
How can you not?
come through my way, and I do invest a lot in them, caring for them, housing them, making sure they're healthy. assessing their personalities. And one of my favorite stories is there was this old beat up male tabby, because unneutered males, it's a really rough life for them because they fight for territory with other unneutered males. They fight for females and food and other resources, and they're the highest demographic of outdoor cats that have FIV, which is feline immunodeficiency virus.
Yes.
And it's passed usually between male cats who are fighting, because it's passed with very deep muscle bites. When they bite each other, it's very vicious. And so sometimes we will get FIV positive cats, which are perfectly adoptable.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
But this cat, his name was Simon, and he looked like a cat MMA fighter. I mean, he had, you know, scars and scratches and tips, or, you know, bits taken out of his ears, and he had this, one of his canine teeth were missing, so it looked like he was kind of doing that Shrek smile, you know, with his lip getting caught on one side. But he was just the nicest cat, and he started favoring this really deep cat bed that I had, and it was about 8 inches deep, but it was made out of a very soft material, and it was like a light pink color. And so to see him sitting in there with this look on his face, just of contentment, and it's just this very, very calming color. He was a really great kitty that I really enjoyed having. And he actually ended up being adopted by one of the veterinarians that we use very heavily as a clinic cat. And so I do get to go visit him, you know, when I see him, and they dress him up for Halloween and take silly pictures of him, and he's just a really nice kitty.
I need a picture of that. I love that story. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about Mario?
We had another cat named Mario. He was from West Virginia. He was an orange tabby.
I love it.
But he was born with, it was like there was a hole in his back palate. It was like a birth defect, a physical birth defect.
Okay.
And he kept getting all of these infections in his nose, and we had to take him up to Gaithersburg to an ENT veterinary specialist and have him have surgery.
Wow.
So she had to cut. Thankfully, there was a flap there, so all she needed to do was bend the flap back into place and sew it in. So she had some extra skin to work with, but you know, it was a long road to recovery for him. And he went to the cafe and got adopted.
Oh, that's so wonderful. Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So we get cats that, you know, they're just born needing help. There was another cat. We actually have her in foster right now in West Virginia. We thought she was a Munchkin breed initially, but the vet said that she was probably just a regular domestic short hair with dwarfism. And on top of that, cats that have dwarfism also sometimes have hypothyroidism. And this kitten was sick, and she was found in a wood pile. She had a broken pelvis,
My goodness.
a couple broken ribs. And when they were nursing her back to health, they took these x-rays and noticed that she was very, very constipated. And it took, two visits to the ER for them to try and get her get her intestines cleared out. But it turned out that she, even though she was 3 months old, she had hypothyroidism. And so once they got her on the medication, that's what caused the constipation.
Yeah.
So, and she's doing a lot better now, but it just, her vet bill was, it was huge. You know, it's just huge.
Well, thank you
So-
for telling us all about that, and thank you for all that you do for cats and hearing all about it. And I can't wait to go back to Meows Corner and play with your cats again.
Thank
So
you.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we're coming to the end of our time together. I hope you have enjoyed this very special episode of Pet Info Cafe. For more information on this and other episodes, please visit petinfocafe.com. If you enjoy Pet Info Cafe and other programs on Fairfax Cable Public Access, Channel 10, and other channels, you may be aware that all programming is non-commercial. Many programs are produced and staffed by citizens just like me. We do not receive compensation, and we do not accept commercial advertising. I'm speaking to you in the summer of 2025 when PBS and other public broadcasting is losing funding in massive amounts. Fairfax Cable Public Access is not funded by the federal government, and like all public broadcasting, our revenue is declining. If you enjoy locally relevant programs like Pet Info Cafe, please consider a tax-deductible donation to Fairfax Cable Public Access here at the link shown. Call 571-749-1104 for more information. Visit our Just Giving page and other links that are shown below. Thank you for watching and supporting Fairfax Public Access, the voice of the community.